Stuck. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And throws it down. And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his result.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freak. Great defense that time from Ellis. Pacers trail by 18. Stuckey tries inside. Ellis outside. At the elbow, it's Turner. Here's Miles. And again, it's Indiana. Freak. Shot misses. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Cavaliers lead by 16. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every...
Go back and I'm able to...
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look... Now, Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And it's Ellis in for Rodney Stuckey. So on the floor for Cleveland. Pulling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Stoll. And it's Freak in at the point. That's good.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
No good on the three.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Here's Ellis. Stoll with the rebound. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And I'm still trying to figure out what happened there, Craig, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Outside Hill. Clock at 6. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. They get the rebound. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Pacers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Right here.
1:15 left here in the second. Freak passes to Frye.
Give my assist.
And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Cavaliers lead by 9.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws. They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second.
Freak kicks to Frye. And a wide open look for Freak. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Hill has the open look, and that one comes up a bit short.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That shot wide open. 10 points for Freak. Pacers trail by 9. And here is Ellis. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And that concludes the first half. Cavaliers on top, up by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline.
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Monte Ellis. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Shumpert comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Smith. And Freak subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. Hill is out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Turner in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Pacers trail by 7. The drive by Hill off the pick. No luck. And Cleveland the other way now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 6 rebounds in the game.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
Kicks it to Miles. Feeds it to Turner. Outside Hill. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Seven seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Misses the shot. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by... And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. And it's Hill in for Allen.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Cavaliers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for James. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
So on the floor for Cleveland. Freak, he's in at point guard. Scola out there with Channing Fry. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Dellavedova in at the shooting guard.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
And another fast break for Indiana. The Pacers are running. Here's Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Let's get it.
Hi, Kev.
The 2K Sports post-game show. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times. Shaq, your thoughts?
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Any particular reason your shots weren't falling tonight?
I mean, fine. Put this all on me. I don't care. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the poor plays that were being called or the fact that I wasn't getting the ball in the spots I wanted, or whatever. I'm a big enough man to admit I had an off night. Just know it won't happen again anytime soon. And that's a promise. Next question.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
Honest answer? No, I'm not. I feel like we're a better team when I have the ball in my hands because of the way I create. Simple as that. Get me the ball, and the wins will follow.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when you gonna get her a ring?
Whoa. I didn't know we were gonna get all personal up in here tonight. If there's anything I learned after my first season in the NBA, is that it's best to keep my personal life private. So that's what I'm gonna do. Me and Yvette are happy, just like we've always been. She means the world to me, and that's all I'm gonna say. All right, I'm out.